Major legal win for President Trump. A New York appeals court just tossed out his civil fraud penalty, ruling that the roughly $500 million fine is excessive and unconstitutional. They did not, though, throw out the entire case. Let's bring in Andy McCarthy, Fox News contributor and former assistant U.S. attorney. So here's what Judge David Friedman said in concurrence. He said, quote, "What emerges from this court's vacating the $500 million disgorgement award, with which I concur, is the frustration of what appears to have been the Attorney General's true aim in bringing this action. Plainly, her ultimate goal was not, quote, market hygiene, as posited by Justice Moulton, but political hygiene, ending with the derailment of President Trump's political career and the destruction of his real estate business." Andy, you thought this case was a stinker from the beginning. What do you think of the judge's decisions?
Well, I think they got it half right, John. Obviously, the penalty had to go. There's kind of two tracks, I think, to look at this. One is the penalty, and let's deal with that first, as that's what they got rid of. On an Eighth Amendment theory, that is the constitutional prohibition on cruel and unusual punishments, which applies to the states and which has been applied to gross mismatches between the punishment and the wrong that's proved. This clearly was way, way out of bounds from in terms of $500 billion or $1 million compared to anything that they proved in the case. So I think we've had signals for a long time that that was going to go, and it's appropriate that it did. As far as the merits of the case go, what James did here was, in a very unprecedented way, take a consumer protection statute that's supposed to apply in a situation where you have like a wrongdoing fraudster who defrauds a bunch of people, none of whom is hurt enough to bring a lawsuit. So that's the rationale for having the state come in and do it. This was a totally different situation. This was Trump, a sophisticated financial actor, with his counterparties who were financial institutions and insurance companies and other sophisticated financial actors who didn't need that kind of protection.
Yeah.
Andy, in the prevailing opinion, the judges wrote that the injunctive relief ordered by the court is well crafted to curb defendants' business culture. Is that a ding at the president?
Well, sure it is. What they're saying, I think, Jillian, is that the state did prove, I don't think they proved to the extent that James contended, but they did prove that there were instances where Trump had exaggerated or manipulated the value of his assets, depending on whether he was trying to get a loan or insurance coverage. But the important thing there is that even if you agree with the court that Trump did that intentionally, Trump's own assessments of his assets had an admonition in it encouraging his counterparties to do their own due diligence. And of course, they were in the business of assessing risk, so it's a very de minimis offense.
Yeah, don't forget, a piece of property or something else is worth what people are willing to pay for it. So if they think that it's worth something exactly other than somebody says it is, it's up to them to do the due diligence. Well, Letitia James says she's going to appeal to the New York Court of Appeals, so we'll see where this goes from here. Meantime, Andy, thank you for joining us. Good to see you. Jillian?
Thank you.
Thanks, Andy.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.